Blessed morning, everyone. Blessed morning, everyone. Is 205 days of prayer. 205 days of prayer, and we're still here. Every day we get up, 205 days. Not every day you some days you're tired, some days you're here, but when God calls you to do something, are you going to be obedient? I did a lot of thinking. I don't know, I've been doing a lot of thinking. God, how, what, who, what, when, where, why. My thoughts are always all over the place. But one thing for sure is I get up and I study the word. And we're still in the love. What love means. What love means. Right? What love means. In the biblical definition of love, we've been going all through it. The biblical definition of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it has no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. That's where we are today. Love never gives up. It never loses faith. It's always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Prayer family, it is 205 days, and we are still thinking about it. When Jesus was on the cross, he looked out and said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." He was beaten. They gave him they didn't give him anything the first when he thirsted. They gave him old vinegar stuff to cure his thirst. But he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Cancer Slayer RVN said, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's a slow Sunday morning. But we're here. Going on into the next verse of 1 Corinthians 13. But Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That has a lot to do with the way God tells us to love. Father, forgive them, for they know not what to do. When you have love, a lot of times we're so ready to toss it out. I'm done with them. I'm done. But Jesus saw the potential in his enemies. I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she said, when we're sitting here with our heart all jumbled up and we're not giving it over to God, our hearts aren't clear. So even in this, if we just let go and let God have it, our hearts can be clear. We don't want to contaminate our hearts with holding on to all of those things. We don't want to weigh our hearts down. So this whole love thing is a lot more to it. But look at how Jesus did. He said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And sometimes God is pushing us in position. That person, what we went through, is pushing us in position. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Thank you for pushing us into position. But today's scripture coming from 1 Corinthians 13, the part we're on today, it does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Meaning, when it's time, when someone is elevated, we rejoice with them. We rejoice. It could be a position you wanted, but you got to rejoice with them. And that's a part of love. And then the other part is love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Now that, for most of us, is the hardest part. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. People always say, let's fight for love. You fight for it. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Some people don't know when to give up. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful. This is just one sentence. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. That's one whole sentence. But in that one whole sentence, it's a lot. It's a lot. Love never gives up, never loses faith. But then why do so many people give up? How do you know when to give up or not give up? Michelle says, happy, blessed Sunday. Yes, happy, blessed Sunday. Let's have a happy, blessed Sunday. I'm grateful. I'm just going to pray. And then we could discuss love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Most of us give up. Sometimes you have no choice but to give up. Sometimes you have no choice but to give up. Some people give up on it. But if God is calling us to never give up, never lose faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance, how can we do that? Friendships, I do. In friendships, we keep our friendships forever. A lot of us have friendships we have forever. And we endure through every circumstance. We will do that for our friends. But when it comes to marriages, relationships, we get so hurt that we want to get out. But how many, listen, when you've been friends since from the womb, you ever have friends you had that there was friends with you since the womb, and they and 20, 30 years later, y'all still friends? You go through every circumstance and you don't give up, right? That's the same way it should be in our marriages, right? That's the same way it should be in our relationships. That's what love is. You know how back in the day when you friends, especially girlfriends, and we go through the cattiness and things like that, but that's your friend for life. Friend for life, right? We would do that. We would do that for our friends, right? We would do all of that for our friends. We won't give up. We keep going. We do all circumstances for our friends, right? The friends of our best friends, our close friends, right? We do that. But that's how God is calling us to love. Back in the day, we go through the most. And somebody told me once before that if you meet a person and they don't have no real friends, go the other way, because they haven't understood how to go through the circumstances of life. Go the other way. Go the other way. Because with the way God calls us, love never gives up. Love never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Yeah. Can you do that? Do you have we humanly don't have the ability to do it, but God helps us to do it. And we're going to pray on how we can love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. That's a lot, right? That's a lot to ask for, God. Love never gives up. Lord, I'm praying. God, in the name of Jesus, this 1 Corinthians 13, we've heard it over and over, God. But God, this is the first time I've really sat with this for this period, a longer period of time, to really unpack what you really mean love is, God. And for each of us, I don't know if anybody else has, but God, this has been eye-opening. Every scripture you have in here, I feel like we need to do this a lot so we can know more about what your scriptures are, God. I'm asking, God, that you help us to learn your scriptures so we know how can we even part our lips to say what we know when we don't really know what love really is? But God, as you're teaching us, love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous, it does not envy, it's not boastful, it's not rude, love does not keep a record of wrong, love does not rejoice in wrongdoing. It only rejoices when you win. And love endures and doesn't give up. Love doesn't. It's hopeful. Love is my goodness. Love is hopeful. It doesn't endure. It keeps hope. And you keep going through all circumstances. God, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. God, that's a mouthful and that's a heartful. Lord, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. God, how do we get to that place of Father, forgive them for they know not what they do? How do we get to that place, God? How do we get to that place when we're hurting? How do you get to that place when you don't understand? How do you get to that place when you just don't you, how do you get to that place, God? Oftentimes we're so focused on ourselves that we can't focus on what you really want for us, God. So help us to get to the place of Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. And we totally get all of this out of our heart so our hearts aren't contaminated. So our hearts aren't bogged down with all the things that has happened to us, God. How do we get to that place? God, we give it to you because we need you, God. We can't get through this without you. We can't get to the next step. We can't get to the forgiveness. We can't get to the place of Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, with a clear heart without understanding how you want us to do it, God. So we ask you, God, to help us love the way you want us to love. Help us to love. You said you gave us 1 Corinthians 13 as the example of what love is. And none of us, I'm going to be that person that says, I have never lived up to what this scripture says. I have never lived up to that. And I know that you understand that we probably in our own power won't be able to, God. So we need you to help us to love people, the people, whether it's our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, our mates, our friendships. Love the way you want us to love, God. I'm praying for a love that is deep. I'm praying for a love that is real. I'm praying for a love that transcends all of the circumstances, God. I would love that. But God, I don't know in my own human power how to honestly get it. God, help us to remove all trauma, the trauma bonds. Help us to remove all hurt from our thought process, so that every time we go into a situation with our partners or our mates or our friendships or our siblings, that we don't sit here and rehearse all the things that have gone on. Help us to be free of it and live the way you want us to live and love the way you want us to love, God. Love wins. Because you said the greatest of these things is love. Love wins. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's Rob standing in the need of prayer. It's Cancer saying RV and standing in the prayer. It's Michelle standing in the need of prayer. And everybody on here, Tintin, Day, Monty, Linwood, Robert, Matthew, Tweet, we stand in the need of prayer every day, God. Search us, oh Lord, and know our hearts. Search us. And if there's some selfish things inside of us, God, I'm praying that you show us how to focus more on you and not on ourselves. The problem when we get into is we're so focused on ourselves that we forget that you're the one who's going to take care of everything. But we like, nah, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect myself. No, no, no. But God, help us to humble ourselves and before you, humble ourselves and allow you to just take care of it. We don't have to, we're not our vindicators. You are. We're not the ones that have to take care of it. You are. But God, as long as we are obedient to you, you will continue to lead us in the way we need to go. We don't have to fight our battles. The battle is not ours, it's yours, God. And we fight this, and it's love. The love is not a battle. The love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not does not keep record of wrong. Love endures. Love keeps hope. Love doesn't give up. God, how do we love like that? So I'm praying, help us to love like that. Help us, show us, continue to have this in our minds every day. When the next time, every time we speak the word love, I love you. We say it so often it becomes like water. But we don't know the power that the words I love you have behind it. Help us to understand when we say I love you, I got you. I will not give up. It endures through all circumstances. God, help us to love that way. In our human nature, we don't. God, we need your super on our natural because we don't have it. So that's why we need you, God. We need you, Lord. And you know we needed you, and you want us to need you, which is grateful. I am dependent on you, Lord, for my next breath. So, God, I give it all to you, and I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you because I know love wins. Love wins when we love the way God. Love is winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. We winning. I'm so excited about love now. I'm so excited about the way we love it now. We love in the way God says. I'm so excited. We're not in despair. It can happen because we gave it to God. So love wins because it endures through all things, through all circumstances. It endures. That's what love does. Ah, they got so many songs about what love is, but God, the way you do it, I'm going to write a song about love. Love is patient, love is kind. No, I'm not going to do it. Robert's going to do it, not me, for real. God, but you know what I mean. It's going to get done. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. And I do mean this. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever, Lord. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Oh, Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Lord, help me to understand my emotions. Help me to unpack what this all means when someone, people say, oh, keep it moving. But sometimes you don't even understand. I don't understand my emotions. I don't even know where they're coming from. How do you got anger and love sometimes in the same breath? Like, I'm mad at this person, but I love him. I'm mad, but I love him. It's almost like schizophrenia, guy. You're mad. You're so mad at somebody, but you love them too. All the same. You're like, oh, there's so many emotions. I want to be mad, but I love them. God, help us to unpack these emotions and help us to lead our emotions in the way you want us to go. Emotions could take us so many different places, but God, help us to focus our emotions on you so that you can help us through this. For anger, you don't want us to be angry. You said be angry and sin not. Help us to not sin in our anger. Be angry, but sin not. Forgive us for the moments that we've sinned in our anger. God, I thank you and I praise you, Lord, but love wins. And I believe it, God, and I receive it. I receive love. I receive the love that you have for us. I receive it. And I love you, God. I love you. We love you. We all love you, God. We love you so much that we got up for 205 days, Lord. Even when my heart and my mind says, Lord, can I just stay asleep? But God, for you, you have done so much for me. How could I not? How could I not? How could we not when you've done so much for us, God? You've done so much for us. Man, we would not be breathing right now if it was not for you. We would not have eyesight for those that have eyesight, ears, activity of our limbs. And even for those who may not have the eyesight, you gave them super hearing. Even when people are missing one thing, you give them something extra to compensate for what they don't have. So God, everything you've given us, I say thank you. Everything you do for us every single day, I say thank you. And I'm just grateful, God. I'm so grateful. And sometimes I'm a brat and I might be thinking, God, why I don't do why? I'm all, sometimes I be in my head, God. You know how we do. But God, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. You did it. You did it. You got us here to 205 days. You got us here. You got us here. And you said, God, you gave us a prayer family that says, what? Even on this Sunday morning where we probably want to be asleep. But God, we give you the glory. We give you the honor. We know the fight is real. The enemy mad. But we know that greater is he that is in me greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. We know that we are more than conquerors. We know we win. God, this is the winner's circle because we are here starting our days with you, God. In Jesus' name I pray, amen, amen, and amen, amen, amen. A to the men.
Amen. What up?
What's up? What's up? What you eating? What you over there eating?
Peanuts.
Peanuts. I can't eat peanuts. I'm allergic to them too. I'm allergic to darn near everything.
You allergic to peanuts?
Yes. I am allergic to peanuts. I did not know it, but when I went to do my allergy test, and peanuts, Amazing Fingertips said amen. I love peanuts. I ain't saying I love them. Linwood said amen. Oh, look, I didn't even know you were here, Linwood. I mentioned you were. God is good. Can't say RV and say amen. You going to show me the peanut. I love peanuts. I used to eat peanut butter and jelly every day. But no, I got to be all allergic to it. I got to be all allergic.
Peanut butter and jelly on some toasted bread. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Woo!
Won't do it, Lord
Boy,
Jesus.
he do it. I remember when they first said that I was allergic to the peanut butter and the peanut butter, right? And the peanuts. I was like, God, can I just eat them for? I started to eat them still. I was like, let me just eat a little bit more. Let me just eat a little bit more. Just a
Even
little bit
when
more.
they told you that you was allergic to it, you
Yeah, I
still ate
did.
it.
I love peanut butter and jelly. I mean, I know that was the thing we ate because we was, limiting our funding back in the day. But it was so good to me. And
Yeah.
especially for a person who don't cook. So peanut butter and jelly was my thing. I'll be eating
So we
peanut butter and
gonna
jelly, especially during COVID. See, the beginning of the pandemic, this is when I was eating the peanut butter and jelly, right? So then,
so you still
my
was eating it?
no,
When did
no,
you
no.
get
That's
diagnosed?
when I didn't know. So the beginning of the pandemic, most of the time I was eating peanut butter and jelly. That was my thing. So when I went to my naturopathic doctor, which I suggest everybody goes to Dr. Khadijah Douglas. Yep, she is the person. So she said, and I was like, I don't know why I'm gaining weight. I don't know why. When I ain't eating nothing but peanut butter and jelly, I literally throughout the pandemic I should have been skinny, but I was gaining weight. She said, I want to tell you something. She said, I believe that you're eating something you're allergic to. So a lot of times when you're eating something you're allergic to, it will keep the weight on you. It's fighting. You're fighting. Your body is fighting. She said, I want you to go do an allergy test. So during, once we're able to go back to the doctors, I went to the allergy test, right? And they put these little, these things up and down your arm, like they stick these needles in there, and then when it raises up, that means you're allergic to it. So they do it on both arms. Yo, my arms was raised up. Half the stuff was raised up, and she said, I believe. She told me, Dr. Khadijah, she said, I believe you're allergic to peanut butter, and wasn't she right? It was the peanut butter. It was the grass, the trees, the dogs, the cats, the the perfume. It was so. I mean, it was shellfish, and everything was raised up on my arm. And the moment I stopped, once I stopped being mad at what they said, like what you mean? And I kept eating the peanut butter for a little bit, and then it worked. I lost 20 pounds instantly. Like once I started doing what she told me to do and stop eliminating all that stuff, lost 20 pounds. So it was like I've been to doctors for years. But until I met Dr. Khadijah Douglas, who's a naturopathic doctor, who looks at you holistically, not just we just gonna give you some medicine so you can have more side effects from these medicines. She looked at it in a different way, and she was right on the money. I've been a nutritionist. I've been to everything. She was like, you're allergic to something something you're eating every day. She was on it. I love Dr. Khadijah Douglas. She is amazing. So anybody, seriously, she is the right doctor for you. Like if you're really looking for a way to be healthy without, because the doctors will just give you medicine. Take this here medicine, and then medicines have side effects, right? So she has a way of healing you with food being your medicine or natural supplements. And then she said the goal is to get off of everything so you don't have to. And she did it. That's all I'm saying. You love
Well,
amazing fingertips. I love you love peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter with apples. That's not good. It's not good. But I can't eat it.
peanut butter with apples. I've never done that.
You take the apple and you put the peanut butter on. It's pretty good. It's really good. I love peanut butter.
Yeah,
I love peanut butter.
I've never in my life done that ever. But listen, I've eaten a lot of peanut butter and jelly. When I mean,
Yes, to the
when
peanut
I
butter
mean,
and jelly.
I put my toast in the toaster, and I don't do anything until like it's warm, and then I take it out, and then I put the bread, the peanut butter on it, and then just looking at it melt, and I put the jelly on the other piece of bread, and then I just put it together, and I cut it in, cut it, you know what I mean?
Ooh. Linwood said, I love peanut butter cookies. Michelle says, I love peanut butter with apple is yummy, and peanut butter with celery is yummy.
I've never done that. I've seen people do that. I saw a lot of people do that with peanut butter, apples, and peanut butter and celery. I just never done that. I just love peanut butter.
And that song,
I love me some peanut butter,
I
man.
used to love that song. You remember that song? Peanut
Peanut
butter jelly time. Peanut
No,
butter jelly
but
time.
what about peanut butter, and jelly?
Peanut,
Peanut
peanut butter,
and
and jelly. Yes.
jelly.
Wait
You know what I mean?
a minute.
That's
Peanut butter and banana smoothies? Who had that? What? Amazing
peanut
fingertips.
butter.
Peanut butter and banana smoothies? I ain't never. I ain't never.
Peanut butter. Now y'all getting out of control now. Who said that?
Peanut butter and banana smoothies.
Amazing fingertips. Like amazing fingertips. What?
Really?
I don't like it.
Peanut?
I don't like it. I don't
You
like it. I don't like it.
can't
I don't
say you
like it.
don't like it
I
until
don't
you
like it.
try it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Listen, yes. Oh, you liked it? You don't like it? If you love peanut butter, why not try it?
I peanut bananas and I I, I
It tastes really good. It tastes really good. So why
mm.
not? How do you know you're not gonna like it? You like bananas?
I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'll eat a banana. I can't sit up here
Mm-hmm.
and say like I was one of those people that like banana splits and all that stuff. I just no. Nope. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
You
Mm.
can. You could try
I
it.
ain't gonna. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Max
You?
said, morning, everyone just woke up. I feel you, Matthew. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for God, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I would be asleep.
Mm.
Tell me where would I be? Where would I be? In bed.
In
Change
bed.
the whole song around.
In bed. Uh,
In bed. If it wasn't for God, if it was not for God. And
yeah.
and and
Last night.
mm,
Last night was a good night, yo. Last night was a great night.
I was home. I'm an angel. I stayed home all night. Wouldn't that be a lie? That would be such a
But
lie. But like,
are you lying right now?
wouldn't that be such a lie if I said that? No, I was home, being all
Yeah,
angelic and stuff,
that's
praying
a
all
lot.
night.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah,
That would be a lie.
if I was you, I wouldn't lie. We had 205 days of prayer, and that would be cool. I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should
I wouldn't
lie.
lie because that's the whole thing. I
That
got
would
the
be a
receipts.
petty.
Everybody
That
knows
would be a
when you
petty
go
lie,
out,
though.
huh?
That would be a petty lie. You know, like men, like we lie. Like man, I swear, I not find myself. I'm a like me. Like sometimes I used to just lie just for nothing. Like
Really?
it wasn't even. Yeah, like some stupid stuff. Like I'm talking about just dumb for no reason. You know what I mean? Somebody ask you something, you be like, nah, nope. Instead of just saying, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, or whatever. But I was just like more so, I don't know. I was just more so like saying like, I don't even know if it was it was a lie. But I was just like, man, it's mind your business. I ain't telling you nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, I'm one of those ones. I ain't volunteering no information. I ain't doing that.
But I say, figure out another way to do it. You know why? I mean,
Yeah, but I
I'm
said that's what I used to do. Now I don't do that now.
okay. No, I
That's what I
feel
used
you.
to
No, you know why? Guess what, Rob?
do.
Right? So I'm gonna go into those scriptures next week, and I'm gonna show you. Like, you know what changed my mind years ago? It had to be well over 15 years ago, right? I was reading the Bible, and it was, I don't know whether it was a Bible study, we was at church or something, but it was all about lying, and it was like God hates liars, and then
Mm,
it said you're going to have to account for every word that has come out of your mouth, and I was like, what? And I started doing a deep dive into lying and how God really does not like it. And this was years. So you know how you might lie on paperwork, like to save yourself on some paperwork. And I was like, oh my gosh, it means all of those things. Like
mm,
God really hates liars. Like I'm gonna get them scriptures next week. I'm gonna go into the whole what lying really is and how deep God really doesn't like it. Like it says God don't like the word hate, but He says I hate liars. It, and I'm like,
mm,
oh Lord, why would I ever want to lie? I don't want to lie no more. You know what I mean? That's what happened to me years and years and years ago. I was just like, oh, yeah. So I started to really choose my, like, if instead of hurt, sometimes you lie to cover up people's feelings when you just want to say no and you make up an excuse, but it be a lie because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Now No, I just don't want to do it. No, you just don't look good. No. You know what I mean? Like, I can't have a favorable response to what you're saying. You know
No,
what I
not at
mean?
all. Not at all. Yeah. No. No,
Black
Sheila, we appreciate it.
Black Max and
We
Shelly, we
appreciate
appreciate all the love and support for Black 31. Yes, Black 31 magazine. Let's go. Am I supposed to be doing something?
it. When?
You? I think he didn't you ask me to do something, King? I think he did. If you did, you know I had gone through some stuff, so I might have forgot a few things. So please tell me what I was supposed to do. Something about urban expressions. Please tell me. Did I miss the deadline? I think I did. If I didn't, please forgive me. Once again, please forgive me and let me know what I was supposed to do, because I know I was supposed to do something. I do remember that at this particular moment. But blessings to you. Blessings to you. My goodness, the nominations for the Media and the Fame Awards are in. The nominations are in, y'all. The nominations are in.
Or
The Urban Expressions Awards that's coming up
yeah.
on
Yeah, I
November
mean you need
11th.
to let them you need to let them know.
I just got them last night. Uptown
Oh,
James from Uptown Standard, that's our whole umbrella of publications. He sent me the list. Over 90 something submissions. Y'all did that. And I ain't gonna tell y'all who it is, but who was going to be on the final nominations list, and the final nominations list. But I know who y'all love out there, man. It was evident because people nominated certain people over and over, different people. So several people nominated one person, and so it's going to go on the list, and I'm going to type the list out, put it on the flyer. But shout out to all the people who were nominated. Somebody nominated me. I can't win, y'all, but I appreciate the nominations. I got a few nominations. I was like, oh, I can't. I said, I'm going to put myself on there. And James was like, you can't be my friend after that.
yeah.
You put yourself on for your own award, joking, but it's a joke.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Can't even be included in that.
It's
But
a joke,
like you
but
said,
somebody
you
did
appreciate
nominate
it.
me.
No, but you
Somebody,
appreciate that.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm just
Who
acknowledging the fact that I appreciate y'all for nominating me. Somebody said Shelly Shell, hands down. I was like, okay,
I
y'all
know
was
that's
trying to make me, you trying to make a sister feel good.
They still talking about this banana, this
The
banana
banana, what's going on with
almond
the bananas?
peanut butter, banana almond milk with the honey blend together. The devil is a liar. All of that right there sounds like a piece. You'll be in the bathroom all day long.
How?
No, peanut butter, almond milk.
You don't drink almond milk?
But
Almond.
no, I've never drunk almond milk. No, 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 no.
Oh, I drink almond milk.
Almond milk. I know. I never tasted it. No, no, never
The thing
tasted
is,
it.
I was going to say that that's what they were telling you to drink because they were saying it's healthier, but it has come out that Dr. Khadijah did a live on TikTok the other day, and when I came in on the live, she was talking about and she used to suggest to people drink the almond milk, but when they uncovered the ingredients in almond milk, it had so many extra ingredients that we ain't supposed to be drinking that either, because it had so many extra. It's only supposed to be having the almond and one other ingredient, but it had all these different ingredients, which made almond milk not at the most healthiest thing either.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
she said it's only certain brands of almond milk that have certain ingredients that you need. But had I not listened to that, but I'm still going to drink the almond milk because I done got used
You
to it.
you
But
don't
yeah,
listen.
you gotta.
You don't listen. It's okay. They can say you're allergic to almond milk, Shell. And Shell would say, okay, I'm allergic to it, but she'll drink it for another 2 weeks just because she pissed off because she don't want. No, Shell, that's not good.
But how many things? What's your favorite? Well, we know what's your favorite thing. What if your favorite thing, right?
Yeah.
You got your favorite thing, and they
Yeah.
say you can no longer drink your favorite thing. This thing is going to make you. Come on, you really going to be like what? And you're going
I'm
to have it for
done.
a little bit.
I'm not.
Hmm?
No, I will
Oh.
not. I'm not. I'm done. If somebody tell me right
But
now, Good morning. How
That's
are you?
one.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I can't do that. If somebody's telling me like this is not good for you,
Mm.
like no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Listen, you know what I mean. My doctor told me when I had that heart attack, he told me, listen, you need to lose some weight. And that's the only thing that I sit up here and said that's so hard, you know what I mean? That's so hard. But now I've been getting up and I've been going to walk and I've been doing all of that stuff. But before we started this challenge and all that stuff, I was being disobedient. I wasn't listening. My doctor told me, it was like, yo, you need to lose weight. You need to like just walk a little bit. And not that you see me. I'm not overweight and fat and all that stuff. I'm not, oh, you know what I mean? I'm not that. But for me to have a heart attack and have this pacemaker in my heart, it's like, yo, he wants you to, even though you have that and it's helping you, you still need to watch what you're doing and watch how you're eating and whatever, and do some exercise every day. So that's what I've been doing. But I was not. I'm not gonna lie, I was not. But if he was to tell me to eat, if you eat this and it's gonna do this to you, oh no, I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna do that.
Let me
No, I'm definitely not
tell
gonna
you
do that.
something, Rob. Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. Had it been one thing, just one, like cool. But when they gave me the thing, it was a lot of things. It was a lot. When you got to look up, I got pictures. When you look at your arm and they put the little things and all of it, it was like grass, trees, dogs, cats. To be honest with you, I was in a relationship and I truly love him. I love him, but he's a nature person. Nature, like everything is nature, and I would be going out in the nature and not realizing this stuff is killing me. The grass, the trees, the dogs, and the cats is killing me.
Yeah.
It's
Well.
hard when this one thing is different than 100 things. And now they told me you can take this shot. I'm not taking no shot every week. Are you kidding me? You're gonna put poison in my body to keep the poison away? No, no, it's not happening. So it was more than one. It was peanut butter. It's perfume. I had to change the soap. I can't have the pretty frilly soap. You can no longer use this soap. You have to use. They gave me a list. I can no longer use. The pretty goody stuff. You got to use the stuff that has no flavor in it. No flavor. No smell to it. All of it has to be natural stuff. It was a lot of changes I had to make, and peanut butter was just the thing I was holding on to. I just held on to one
Well,
thing.
well,
You
if you
know,
feel as if that's what you need, man, you know what I
I
mean. You
ain't did
gotta
it
do.
now. I mean, this wasn't during the pandemic. I have not had peanut butter. Well, let me not lie. I haven't had peanut butter, but I did have. I realized that some chocolates that I like have peanuts in it. And one day I ate it. I was like, "Oh, that was a peanut." Oh man, you ding dong. Man, you be like, God, everything you like got peanuts in it. Michelle says almond milk makes her very sick. Really? But I
Yeah,
but I would
well,
say don't drink it anyway because
yeah, stay away from
apparently
it,
it's got
partner.
a whole nother, huh?
I was talking to my partner. Stay away from it, partner. Stay
I'm
away from it. Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, last night was amazing. We didn't touch on it. Last night, Lisa and Olivia and Jamel, they had their
Mhm.
book signing event, and Philly Four Horsemen, Pretty Boy Day, and 1010, and Shelly Shell and Monica and myself. We was all in the building. It was such a great time, such a great time. One of the girls that was in my movie, yo, came in, right? And it was awkward, and I'm probably sure she's gonna be watching this or whatever. But it was awkward because I didn't know that she was no longer in my movie. So she came over, and I had a table, right? So I had a table of it was four people that was supposed to go with me. My wife was supposed to go, but my wife didn't go. Um, Me, my wife, Parker, and Brian. We were supposed to be there at my table or whatever, right? So it was weird when we first came in there because I got there probably like around 6:30 ish, something like that.
Mhm.
6:30 or whatever, right? So I had walked all the way to the back because you know what I mean. It was the tables and the stuff was all the way in the back or whatever. Nice little pretty tables or whatever. And they was like, well, you are a special honorary guest or whatever, so we're gonna have you sitting, so I'm like, it's not about me, it's about Lisa and them. So I'm like, listen, I'll take my table, we'll sit up here, whatever, right? So they moved me up at the front, more so like up to the front, away from all that other stuff that was going on in the back. But anyway, so the girl walked in and she was like, hey, what's up, Coach Rob? She was like, I'm really upset because you said that I didn't fit the part. I said, what? She was like, well, can I just sit here and talk to you? I'm like, yeah, sit down. She was like, so we started talking. She was like, I'm really upset that you said that I can't fit the part. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But Naj, I'm going to get you because you threw me. I have no idea but what was going on. But anyway, the girl, she was basically saying that I took her out the movie. And mind you, I didn't even know anything about it. That was my first time seeing her. And I was wondering why she wasn't at the shoots or whatever. But, I didn't know what was going on. Like this first movie, I really stepped back and I let Naj do her thing. You know what I mean? I'm watching, I'm observing. You know what I mean? Because it's my first movie and I want my movie to be right. So for me to chime in and say little things and do little things that I don't know anything about, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Yes, it's my movie, it's my project, or whatever the case may be. But I know my role and I know what I want the outcome to be. And I don't know. This is my first time ever, shooting a movie. So I sat back, hey, good morning. So I'm like, anyway, but it was. Have you ever felt like have you ever had one of those awkward moments? And she sat there the whole time. I just was like, and she kept on talking about the movie. She kept on saying something about, and she's on the page. And I'm sorry, but you're welcome to be in the next movie. I apologize. I have no, I didn't know. I apologize. But have y'all ever been in an awkward moment like that when y'all just see somebody and they say you did something or said something, and you like, I didn't say that. I didn't even do that. I have no idea what you're talking about. But I felt
That's
awkward the whole. I felt awkward the whole night.
so. You don't have a final list of who's going to be in the like that who was taken out. You didn't get that final list.
So listen, right? So with the movie, right? So we're shooting different. The movie you shoot different scenes, different times or whatever, right? So
Mhm.
we were shooting this church scene. She was in the church scene. That's already shot. That's done already, right? It's already done. That's done already. So I do have a list of people, and that's why I was saying I didn't know if she wasn't. I don't know if she had something other to do. Like it's a chain of command. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's a chain of command. So that chain of command, it didn't get to me. It didn't get to me to say whether she made the decision. Like that was, she said, listen, you know what I mean? She didn't fit but I just told her, I said, no, that wasn't how it went or whatever. But, no, I didn't. I don't have that final list of people that's in the movie because you know what I mean. It wasn't no, it wasn't something that I really even wanted. To be perfectly honest, like
Right,
I
right.
mean,
That's not
unless
what you. That's not the role, and I get it. I get it.
yeah.
But
So
I think from now on, though, I think you might want to look at some. I mean, even if you don't want the role, just maybe take a little look so you're not caught off guard. Just a little peeky peek.
oh no, I will. But that what I mean. Like I said, I stepped back because it's my first movie. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's my first movie. It's not, you know what I mean. So I know, like what I mean. Going forward, I'll be more in inclined of what's going on. I'll be, what I mean. I'll know. I'll be more hands on, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
whoever's going to be directing my next movie, you guys trust and believe me. Yes, my name is going to be on it, and yes, I'm going to be, on sheets. It says that I'm the executive director, producer, and all that stuff. And I'm going to play that role because I want to know. I'm, you know what I mean? This is something that I want to do that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be more in tune with the whole process or whatever. Because I step back. I don't send out no schedules. I don't, you know what I mean? We have a schedule and all that stuff for that, and, I don't, I get the schedule after the scheduler and Naj done went through the schedule and all that. So, you know what I mean? And I like it that way because, I have other stuff to do. So,
That's
and that's
playing the
what I'm,
role that they
and,
play supposed to play. Supposed to
and that's
make
what,
it easier.
that's what I'm paying them for. So, yeah, so, but yeah, but that was just awkward moment. And I felt like, I don't know if I
Mhm.
should just I don't know if I should just own it and really not knowing what. But she knew that I didn't know anything about it because of my facial expressions. Remember, we're trying to work on our facial expressions and, and everything. But I'm sitting up there, she like,
What'd your face look like? Let me tell you. Show me your face. Show me your face.
say this, Shell. Say, hey, I'm really disappointed that you took me out to play and you didn't think that I was a good fit. Say that, and I'll tell you exactly how I look. She just came
Hey
up to me.
Rob. Hey Rob, I'm really disappointed that you took me out the movie and said I wasn't a good fit for this part.
What? What are you talking about? That was
Yeah,
my face.
I'm not in the movie. I was taken out.
I didn't know you wasn't in the movie. I have no idea. I apologize, but I don't know. That's how it was. And that was my whole tone and everything. Like, I don't know, sweetheart. I apologize, but I have more control over it. I mean, I have control over this too, but I will have more control over what's going on and who's in the next one. That's what I told her.
And and not even that. Not even that. So it could be a reason why she's not in it. So the thing is with that is but you may not even once you see Naj might point out to you exactly why, and you might be like, yeah, I see why. So yeah, I can't put you in the next one
Oh
either
yeah.
because they may.
And listen, and if you're watching, that will be the case. Literally, that will be the case. I just want you to know, and it's not about being friends; it's about being professional. And this is something that I
Well,
wanted to come out right. And if you're not fit for the position, then you either need to go back to acting school or go to acting school and try to learn your craft. If this is something that you want to do, because trust and believe me, listen, yo, I study. When I tell you I study, like, and this past week, I've been having so much time to really think and really put a lot of what I do in perspective. Like I've been having so much clarity. I've been having a lot of time to really do a lot, and I've been studying. And like I want to be the best at writing, and I want to be the best at producing. I want to be the best, and that's what I've been doing. And I've been working on my craft. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that I don't know that I do know a lot better than what I did before. So yeah, so I ain't mentioning no names, but you know what I mean. If this is something that you want to do, y'all practice. But I just felt uncomfortable. That's all. It was just it was
I bet it
uncomfortable.
was. I bet you was like, oh,
I, I like, oh, I'm gonna get Naj when I talk to her. I'm like, what? But I love Naj to death, love her to death.
yes, I love Naj. Yes,
Naj
I
is
hosted
Naj is
her
one. But
I hosted her movie premiere when she had it. It was years ago. Her first, I think it was her first movie or second movie. I can't remember which one it was, but I hosted her movie premiere event.
Naj is in my
So
first. She was in my first stage play. She was in my first stage
what?
play. Very first stage play. Yep. That's how I met her. She was in my first stage play. I want to say this is like 9, 10 years ago. That's how long I've known Naj.
Yeah, I
But she's
think.
been doing so much. She's a part of a lot of movies that's on TV. You know what I mean? Like in the production company that she does.
Mhm.
She's not, listen, Naj does a great job, man. A great job. And, you know what I mean? I continue to look forward to, you know what I mean? And Naj knows all of the projects and stuff like that. Me and Naj was thinking about getting a little warehouse and turning it into a mini Tyler Perry studio, creating some different rooms and stuff like that. They got this a place in New Jersey called The Set, um, and it's really really nice. Something that we're thinking about mimicking, doing something like that down here in Delaware. But yeah, shout out to Naj. Appreciate you doing your thing, and shout out to Meech and
Mhm.
all the guys. I can't wait till we finish this movie. We got 4 days. We got 4 days, y'all. 4 days. And it's been and the crazy part about when you're shooting movies, man, it's scheduling. The scheduling is one of the craziest things. So now she's now shooting her own movie, and we've had to push my movie back due to some things that was going on with some of the actors and stuff, and we couldn't film. There's no way we could film any other scenes. You know what I mean? But now everybody is ready, but now we got to wait on Naj to finish doing what she's doing with hers. And, you know what I mean? I'm hoping and praying that to get this movie done before the end of the year so I can come out and start doing the next project and the next project and the next. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So,
yeah, you got it.
um,
Cause Cause you can get him, you can get him out. Jimmy get them movies out. He like, look, he be cranking them out, right? So you want to
Yeah,
get to the
Jimmy.
first
Yeah,
one, so you get
Jimmy.
to the
Yeah,
next one, you get to the
yeah,
next one, so you get to the next one.
yeah. Jimmy
But
the
you know, we
Saint.
go God's
He
perfect
does.
timing.
Yeah, he
Hmm.
does it. But see, Jimmy the Saint, he directs and films his own movies. So
So he
that's the
ain't
whole thing. He
filming.
does.
He directed them. He
Huh?
ain't filming. Mhm.
He
He ain't
has his
picking up.
own.
He ain't picking
No,
up
he
the
has his own.
camera.
No, he ain't picking up the camera, but he has his own. I think he has his own like people that film for him. I think they
He
work
do.
like for him.
Yeah, they do. But I thought you were saying they paid. No, he don't pay, but he definitely in director. He be right there. Well, on set. Shall do this. Shall do this. I'll be like, all right, got it. He be
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there, telling you what to do.
That's
First Lady Tweet says, "Morning blessings, everyone. Morning blessings to you, First Lady Tweet. Tweety
Mr.
tweet.
Make It Rain. Mr. Make It Rain. Mr.
Mister, make
Make It Rain.
it
Good
rain.
morning.
Naughty rainy.
Good
Naughty
morning,
rainy.
sir. And
Naughty rainy. Good morning.
Black Magazine said, what Black Magazine said? I see some Black Magazine comments up here.
Yeah, they
Miss
kind of
Shelley, we appreciate all the love and support.
we
Black
read
31.
that one.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. I don't know where I was at. Yeah, I don't know
Um,
where I was.
you
Yeah.
was here. We had a whole conversation about it, but it's all good.
Did we?
You be all right. You be all
Oh,
right, Rob. You
sorry.
know, you must,
Sorry, Black Magazine. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, my brother.
Mr. Make It Rain, Naughty Rain, no, Mr. Make It Rain. We did an event together. How many years ago was that? Boop, 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 boop. We did a fashion show. I think it was maybe 6 years ago. I would have to say 6 years ago on the rooftop of TGI Fridays. It was so beautiful. No, he made it all. He's like, all right, we're gonna deck it out. We had the red carpet, we had the extensions and the stanchions. It was amazing. So yeah, we had fun with that. We had a good old time with that show.
The one and only Mr. Make It Rain. I know that's right, Mr.
Or,
Make It Rain. You gotta
you
be the
know,
one and only. I ain't never heard that name at all. I just heard the song. I make it rain, I make it rain, I make it rain on them hoes. So yeah,
did we
Mr.
just do
Rain.
that? Oh man. And I went with it. I went with it. You see how and I went right with it. Listen.
That's my that's my dog. Shell, we had 205 days, Shell. 205
Mm-mm.
days of prayer. Wow, God is so good, man. God is so good and so amazing, man. And he's making, listen, y'all, every day I see the change in me. Every day I wake up and I see the change in me and I'm just thanking God for continuous. I don't want this to be a temporary fix, God, and that's what I pray for. I pray that this is who the person who you're turning me into to be. I just pray that this is what it is, and I continue to follow. You know what I mean? You know, I just continue to follow this. You know,
We will. We keep going. I promise you. Let God do. I mean, He's showing me things that needs to be changed in me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was going this way, and I feel like there's so many things that need to be changed and thought process. And man, I just want to be better. I want to be the best I can be.
yeah,
Right?
man,
That's
me
it.
too. That's all I want. That's all I pray for. I just pray to be a better man. I pray to be a better father. I pray to be a better husband. I just pray. That's all. I just pray. I just pray. I want better. I want better. I've been doing all of this stuff and all of the stuff I've been doing, and it's like, you know what? I gotta get the other part of my life. I gotta work on that. I gotta work on all the rest, everything else. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm so focused on career driven that I just be missing out on some things. So I wanna
Yes.
I wanna get
Yes.
back to I wanna get back and do it and fix it. Fix it, Lord.
Fix
Fix it.
it, Lord.
What's up,
Fix
y'all?
it.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
fix it. We God got us, he sees us. He sees the faithfulness in it. And in it he watches everybody can watch us. We've all just been on a roller coaster of life, but that's in the Bible. Think about everything that's in the Bible. David David was set to be king, and instead of him taking regular going to kingship, he had to go through 7 years of the king trying to kill him. Like we that's the life we're in. It's like it's not straightforward. It's so many ebbs and flows, and you be ebbing and then you flowing and you ebbing. It's like this is what life is, and life is just playing out. right here. It's almost like reality TV is here. We done been through a whole lot since day one, and
You want to see
it's
my
been a
play?
lot. But you know,
You want to see my play? Hold on a second. You want to
you
see
want to
it?
see the play?
I got it's October the 21st. It's going to be in Philadelphia at the Suzanne Roberts Theater. I have a flyer. I'll give you a flyer and let you know. Matter of fact, let me get you. I'm gonna give you one. Hold on a second. You can see the play. I would love for you to come out and see it.
Ask her, are
It'll
you
be
marriage material?
gonna be. Are you marriage material? Are you? How do you
Yes,
know that? How do
confident.
how you know that? Because God said so. I know that's right, Mama. I know that's
Yes.
right.
Go
If you
ahead
don't
now.
if you don't say that, won't he do it? Won't he will? Won't he do it? Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Anointing Rainey said, "Life is a
Thank
test. You
you.
must go through the
Yeah.
struggle to build faith and great character." No, I don't know how much of your story you want to tell, but his story is um I'm asking permission. Can I just mention a little bit of it? No, just tell
Who
me
make
right there. If not, I'll just
make it rain?
yeah. He has he something very interesting happened to him. Very. It's a lot. It's a lot he's been through. Like a lot. Like it is crazy. But I don't, I'm going to ask permission. I'm not going to tell the story. Pressure bust pipes, but pressure also. You said absolutely, I could tell it. So the little bits and pieces, I would love for you to come on here one day, if you don't mind, to really go into it. But I'm going to tell you firsthand, he was in his home. From this is what I remember, that he was in his home. I think it was his family was there, and a home invasion happened, right? Home invasion. Someone comes and enters his home invasion, and he retaliated. He retaliated, and they blaming him. They came in his home. He retaliated to save himself and his family. They put him behind bars.
Who? The cops?
Yeah. And all he's an upstanding citizen. He doing no doing it. He's from the Islamic faith. He's faithful in it, always faithful. They came in his house. His house. His.
So did he beat the case?
He's fighting now.
He's still fighting the case. This must have just happened then.
It's recent. It's fighting now. So no, I would love for you if you want to tell the story, but I feel like it's sad. It's sad that you have to fight for, that you had to fight for, that it's just a lot. It's a lot.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
he could tell you the
understand.
story if he doesn't
Yeah.
mind one day, if he feels like telling the story, if he's even able, because the fight is still happening. The fight is still happening, but you got to win. You're going to win. You're going to win the battle. You're going to win. He's faithful. Like, he's faithful to his religion. He's faithful to Allah, and he, like, you know what I mean. Even the whole time, he stays faithful. Stays faithful. Stays faithful. And like I said, I don't know every detail, but I'm just watching, the details from what he sends or whatever, what he showed me. But even after that, he never let none of that bring him down. He kept fighting. He keeps fighting. No, you crazy. You be fighting. You be doing your thing. Um, so it's like, you never know what's going on in this world with other people's lives, right? We
No.
all upset about this, that, and the other, but that right there, having to fight for your life to protect your family, which you
Yeah,
have,
that's crazy.
the rights to.
I don't understand how he can even be locked up for somebody entering your home and doing that. I thought that I don't know what state you're in, but I know Delaware has a no fault state. Like, you can't retaliate or something in Delaware. It's a no fault state. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, if somebody fought you, beat you up or whatever, but they got an open and carry law. It's an open and carry state,
Wait a
right? It's
minute.
an
He
open
said
and carry, but
in the state of PA, there is a castle law, doctrine law, which sets certain parameters to what is considered as legally excusable and justifiable.
yeah, somebody. But see, and that's the thing that we need to start getting some of these people that's in office and try to fix some of these laws and stuff that you know what I mean. Like these law, most of these laws was made before we were even born.
They
You know what I mean? Like
antiquated.
they're still going.
Mm-hmm.
These laws are still going on in place. We wasn't even born. So, you know what I mean? Like, these laws need to come up to the day of times, I think. You know what I mean? I think every law needs to be. I mean, and me personally, I don't think the fact that it's the United States of America, why does each state have a different law? I think
Exactly.
it should be across the board. This is the United States of America. This is what goes on. This is what it is. And each state, you know what I mean? Each
But
state is.
then again, what if you get to one state and they say we gotta? What if one state does something so stupid and we gotta adopt it? No, I'm good. Did you know that slavery is still legal in Pennsylvania?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. When we went out to the thing, yeah, you was there. I'm like, you was right there. You must have missed it. You missed it when they went up there and said slavery is still legal in Pennsylvania. There's other states that have, what's it called, adopted the law to abolish slavery being legal. But in Pennsylvania, slavery is still legal. Go look it up. They was preaching that out there. They was telling us. Noah said the letter of the law puts people who are defending themselves in jail. Unfortunately, it is unfortunately.
Yeah, that's some bull crap. But if you would have died when they came in your home, you know what I mean, that would have been that's crazy. They would still be looking for the people that done came in your home. Well, brother, I pray
But you
for
know
you.
what? We're gonna keep praying for
Yeah,
you.
I
You
pray for you,
know,
my brother. I
we're
pray for
gonna
you. I
pray,
hope everything. Yeah,
and whenever you could tell when you're able and ready to tell the story, that we're here for it. Did you know that they caught the killers of Tupac Shakur?
they've been through that though. They just now
No, but they
arrested them, but
officially
they
made a statement
yeah
that uh, I mean, that's 27 years later.
yeah
Um,
that's but
Wait a
he
minute,
they
can't explain our being said. Our legislators are like the most important and powerful people we vote for, and most of us don't know who they are. You're right about that. Patrick said there are too many vast differences in states to make the states to have the same. Exactly, too many vast differences. I agree. We can't do it.
why so I know I want to know. So this is a discussion right now. We're going to discuss this. Tell me what are the vast differences of each state. But before we start, it's the United States. We're all here. It's only vast differences because each state now has already put it and implemented their own laws, their own rules. But if this was coming from coming from Washington D.C., the Washington D.C. said, "All right, so listen, across the state, there's only one gun law. This is what it's going to be."
She
No, but
just
see,
said
they
it.
have already, huh?
She just said it.
Who just?
Abortion is one of them.
Yeah, but why? Why? Why is that? Why? Why?
But
Why? Why?
imagine, but imagine if we had to go by what the state that said abortion is illegal, and then it's killing people or putting people in jail because they made a decision with their body. Then we adopted because that particular state did. No, I don't want to be like every other state, because there's some states that have some horrific standards, and they have some horrific practices.
So what I'm
So no,
saying
I
to
don't want to
you,
be like the rest of the
no, what
states.
I'm saying to you is, each state should not have. I don't think each state should be able to say what they're going to do. I think it should come from the Washington D.C. state putting standards on the majority wins, majority rules. I don't think it just should be. It's just different. Your gun law.
With
You
the
can
gun law, see, he
get.
said,
You can get. You can get.
Pat said, Mexican versus Canadian borders is an example of vast differences. Exactly. It's so many differences. And the thing is, in the
There's
house near
differences
his,
right now, is what I'm saying. Y'all talking about what's right now. I'm saying if it wasn't right now, if the United States was made yesterday, if it was made yesterday, and all the rules. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example for schools,
Mhm.
right? Schools, we have rules. There's millions and hundreds of thousands of schools, but there's a rule that you can't take pictures of kids in school without being permission, but have a permission
Mm-hmm.
from the parents, right? That's a
Mm-hmm.
rule. That's
Mm-hmm.
through all the schools. That's through all the schools. So what I'm saying to you is, if we can come up with laws that can say, listen, all right, this right here is working. This is going to work. Everybody's agreeing with it. Some people are not going to agree, but the mass majority say, listen, all right, y'all talking about abortion. I totally don't agree with no abortion law. I think it feels as though if a woman want to get an abortion, that's her body. How the hell are you gonna tell me what to do with my body? Like, you can't tell nobody what to do with their body. You ain't make their body. I don't agree. That's one law that I don't agree with. Now other people will say they disagree, but whatever case, they say it's murder or what, however they saying it, whatever, right? But if the vast majority, when we go to make these laws or whatever, and they say, listen, this is abortion, no abortion, I think that should go across the United States, no abortion. I don't feel as though that, because we're in the United States, you know what I mean, like Russia and can't Russia and all of these other states, they don't have, you can't do that. When they make a law, that's just a law.
Well, guess
That's just
what?
a
And
law.
then that doesn't mean it's right. And then you have these people
I
trying
never
to adhere
said
to this law.
Never said that it was right, Shell. What I'm saying to you, if the vast majority say, listen, okay, this is going to help. This is what we all agree and most of us agreeing on. Everybody's going to agree to disagree. But what I'm saying, going state to state to state, every state you go by, if you carry your gun over to Philadelphia from Delaware or to New Jersey, you got to take your gun off. Now, you licensed to carry, but you're not licensed to carry in that state. That's some crazy shit. That's dumb. I think that is dumb. I think that's dumb. So in your state, because I'm licensed to carry in Delaware, I got to go get a license to carry in PA. I got to go get a license to carry in Jersey. I got to go get a license to carry in North Carolina. How many damn licenses you going to have? You understand what I'm saying? That's the reason why I'm saying, like, if it was a mass, if it was across the board, I got a license to carry, then I have a license to carry in the United States, not in Delaware. I have a license to carry in the United States. That's why abortion should be illegal in the United States. Not abortion should be illegal in PA. Abortion should be illegal in Delaware. Oh, well, it's legal in Jersey. No, I don't. I think this is United States. This is United States. And that's the only reason I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? If we had laws that it carries throughout the United States, I think it would be different, because it wouldn't be, you know what I mean, people will be having this and say, well, if you go to the United States, you know what I mean, if you go to Florida, you know, you can, you know, do this, and you go to California, you know, you can do this. No, it shouldn't be like that. We're in the United States. It's not like we're
But
going to a different country, a
I don't
different state.
know. I'm not, because I can't get down with some of these people with their states they're doing. Mr. Make It Rain says there's a movie with Val Kilmer called Felon. The beginning of the movie is actually depicted the castle law doctrine, which is
I
also found in
love
PA.
that movie.
The
I
man,
love it.
oh,
I
you
love that
saw that?
movie.
You
I
saw it?
love it. I love.
How can I find
Listen,
that one? Went to jail
you just
after
go to
catching.
Felon. Go to Felon. I love that movie. I
He
love
said,
it.
but he said the man went to jail after catching a burglar.
Yep.
So that's what happened to Nall. That's what he's saying.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
in the house
I,
near his daughter's room. This is what happened. It is the most. It is what most of us would have been able to go to school. So, I agree with Rob. My body is my body. Yes, absolutely. Your body is your
time out.
body.
Time
Um,
out. What you say, Cancer? Say if it was most of the United States wouldn't be able to go to school. What are you talking about? Why would we?
like, cause when you're talking about state by state laws, there's some schools that have this, and my thing is, Pennsylvania as a whole, there's some things that need to be happening. Some the laws, like he's saying, this one law, the castle law. There's so many different laws that we don't even know. The thing is, regular citizens don't know about most of the laws. Like, really,
Exactly.
regular
That's what I.
regular
But
citizens don't have a breakdown of every law. Like, we don't really study it enough to know exactly what's going on in each particular state. So yes, when you get to another state in this particular state, the next state you go to, it may have a different set of laws, but we don't even know those laws. So it's hard to say whether we want the same laws across the board. The fact is, we're not even doing we're not even educated on the laws. I don't even know. We didn't learn any of these things in school. What the laws are, what we're capable of, but yet when you break the law, they're saying you're breaking the law. But did we even know what the law was? How do we know the law? Who taught us
So
the law?
listen, right?
Did we
So
learn it
so
in
I'm
school?
no, we didn't learn it in school. We didn't learn it in school, but there's certain things that you should educate yourself on, and this is the reason why I'm saying you can't educate yourself on every state. But if the United States had laws that was across the board, then we can educate ourselves. We would know. You would know some of your rights. You would know some of the certain things or whatever. But in different states, how they're breaking it down, you can't do this. This man just said you can't go in Jersey. You can only carry your gun from the gun store to your home or from your home to the gun range. Like what? Like, what do you mean? So why am I licensed to carry? What am I? I don't want to just carry my gun just to go to the gun range. You know what I mean? I don't want to be carrying. You know what I mean? I don't want to. You know what I mean? It's not. That's not what I want. That's not what I want to do. So that's the reason why I'm saying that if there was a law, if there was laws in the United States, I think the law should be. What's going on with you, young one? What's up? How you doing? I
Olivia
think the.
says, Olivia said you can get it where you can carry in all states. I didn't know that was
I didn't know
possible.
that was
Did you know?
possible at all. I didn't know that was possible, Olivia,
Olivia,
and I
break
know.
that down to us,
Yeah,
please,
please
because
break
I
that
didn't.
down
Oh,
because I've never heard that at all, Olivia, ever in life. And you know, I done worked in law. I never heard that. So you just let me know because that's something. If that's the truth, that's something that this is my first time ever hearing
wait a
that
minute.
ever.
There's the law that says the lack of knowledge is no excuse. Woo, that's
Who
powerful.
said that?
I didn't know that either.
Who said that?
Kansas Slade worked in the this,
In the
with this
court.
all this stuff. The She said the law says lack of knowledge is no excuse. Wow, 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 wow. Patrick says y'all would be shocked when you read the details in the laws. For example, the abortion law. The average American don't even know what the law says. You're right. We don't know. With the average American, we don't know. Um, wow, wow. Um, Jersey has a no travel policy. You can only travel with the fire. Oh, okay, for one store. I didn't even know that either. Um,
And then she said her son is in the Navy. I don't know. Philadelphia Cubs got arrested in Jersey. Yeah, that's what listen. I know for a fact you're a police officer. I know for a fact that you in Philadelphia, if you cross and go into New Jersey, and if you have a asshole for a cop in Jersey stops you and realize that you're a cop, they can search you, and if you have your gun on, you can be arrested.
yep,
You can be
yep.
arrested. Trust me. I'm a friend of mine. You know what I mean? He was a Philadelphia police officer, and he got arrested. And he lost his job. He lost his job
Oh
for carrying his gun across lines.
no.
Yep, carrying his gun across lines because he was dealing with a you know what I mean. You would think law enforcement, you know what I mean, that code blue or whatever the case may be. It wasn't that case. He really ran into an
Wow,
asshole
that's
as
sad.
a cop. You know what I mean? But yeah, but in the Navy, I never knew in the armed services. I asked my daughter, but I mean, because you know my daughter was in the army and everything, and but yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. But what I'm saying is like these laws in the world, you know, if we, you know, educate yourself on certain things. If you're doing something, educate yourself on what you know what I mean? Because like Delaware, I'm literally y'all. Delaware, you have these people around here walking around with guns on their hip, literally guns on their hip, but they can't hide them. You know what I mean? They can hide, but that's why they walk around with guns on their hips. They walk around here all the time. You see it all the time, and I'm like, yo, like what?
She said
This is the
she
first time
said
that.
she said we had to get deputized to bring prisoners back and forth. Wow.
Oh,
Metropolitan areas are strict in
cross
Philly.
line. Yep. That is true. Working in the prison, that is true. Yep.
Wow. I mean, it's like it's so much.
But this is why
And
it's so much. That's my point, Shell. It wouldn't be so much if there was one law that
no,
says this is what it
I'm
is.
not, but I'm not going to agree. I don't agree with the one law because first of all, most of us most of the people that we're voting for, we don't always agree with what they're saying. So if we have one law and this person that's in that's able to make the law, makes the law, the one law that will govern every state, we may not agree with them, but we may agree with the person who is the lawmaker in our state, because we may agree with them. But if we go with the person we don't really imagine,
No, but
if the
Sarah, I get it. But I'm saying that
mm-mm,
if the majority is saying this, and it's across the board, and everybody, you're gonna have all likes of people that's on this board. Just imagine we have this one board that we have all likes of people: white, black, green, yellow, brown, blue, all of them on the panel. Everybody agrees, and everybody has their say on what law should be. All right, and the number one law that comes up, we're going to say, all right, we're going to put this law across the United States. Guns are not permissible to be carried by this. There's no assault rifles. There's none of that stuff. You know what I mean? You can't have any of that stuff. And if you get caught, this is what's going to happen to you. If you get caught, this and this and this, you get 50 years in jail immediately, your first attempt. Boom. I guarantee if that law is passed, you'll watch how much of these crimes and all that stuff starts disintegrating. People ain't gonna be, not your first time. Not if you get caught one time. We get too many chances when people are breaking the laws and all that stuff to kill. And that's why a lot of these people is killing people and getting away. They done went to jail for carrying a gun and robbing somebody, and then they get out of jail and then they go and kill somebody. Like what? But you just had them locked up. I don't know, Shell. I don't know.
I mean, the whole thing is crazy. I mean, a lot of it, we don't agree with a lot. But we live in this world, and this is what it is. And even with this particular conversation, you want us to have one law, but I don't agree with what you're saying. You don't agree with what I'm saying. I don't want us to be one law because I don't agree with the things that's going on in every state. So if that particular person got into office and they're the one that makes the one law, and I'm like, I don't agree with that person, and then that person goes in and they make the most strenuous, crazy, strictest laws, but because they were in office and they could do it, then now all of us in every state has to know. That's why it's so important on our local level to elect the people. I feel like we drop the ball on not knowing. We make elections popularity as opposed to really understanding who people are, what they stand for, what they're going to vote for, it's basically a popularity contest. As opposed to who do you really know who you're voting for, why they're doing it, why they're saying what they're saying, why they're doing what they're doing. But it's really, that person is more popular than the other one, or that person had enough money to blanket the whole community so everybody can see their stuff. That's really what elections are. So you want me to believe in all of these people, but basically they just had enough money to promote. They had $1 million budget to get their news ads, their newspaper, this, they got this, that, this, they got all this money. But meanwhile, a person through and through, you watch their culture, you watch what they do, they good people, but they don't have $1 million to put their message out. So they'll never get elected because they don't have $1 million plus to advertise on TV, to advertise in the newspaper, to advertise everywhere. But they might have been the best choice. They may have been a solid citizen with the great views, going to do right by us, but they're not going to get elected because they don't have enough money to advertise. So you want me to say, put the people that's in place, they get to make these rules, but they're not necessarily the best candidate because they won. Sometimes they're the candidate won because they had the most money to advertise.
No, I agree with.
I mean,
with that too.
Think about it.
No,
So I mean,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think that it's just crazy that it's so many laws and you don't know what's going on. There's just so much stuff that's going on.
You don't know. How are you going to know unless we seriously do the work ourselves? And a lot of times we ain't doing the work ourselves. We trying to make the dollars make sense. We trying to entertain. Well, for us, for the creators over here, we trying to entertain the world, and we not really thinking about the laws until it affects us, and or it affects somebody we love or respect or appreciate. Then you start to thinking about it. Man, look how this law affects someone. Now, if someone's in another state and somebody, whoever's in the state that said abortion, that abolishes abortion, and whoever lives in that state, now we're like, man, and they're stuck in a situation, something happened to them, and they're like, oh, what are they going to do? More than likely, they're going to get in their car and go to the next state over, right? Right. They have that. Can they do that? I don't even know if that's even right, but can they do that? Can they leave their state and go to another state and get it done?
I don't know.
That's a good thing. So the fact is, because our states are different and governed by different laws, the fact is that person may be able to leave their state and go to another state and get it done. But the fact is, thank God that other state didn't pass that same law. So it depends on what our government is. So elections are real. I'm definitely not. I always used to say I'm not into politics, but during that season of all that voting and stuff, I became in it because I own a newspaper now, and it was like, yo, do you know? It was like, it was a lot. It was a lot. That election stuff was a lot. It's like, who you putting in the paper? Who's going to do this? And it was like, whoa, this is a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
we want to entertain the world. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Philly Joinpreneur says Texas will never follow the same laws.
I mean,
Exactly. Texas will never follow the same laws. You're right. It's a whole new type of.
I don't know. I mean, who's that?
Good morning. Yeah, it's your friend, the one you love, Cancer Slayer. And
Yes, she coming all the way from New Mexico to see Are You Marriage Material, Rob? You
yeah,
better be good.
yes,
I'm
we
not
did.
being.
Anyhow, I wanted to say real quick. I live, of course, in New Mexico. It is against the law to have an abortion in Texas. So people were coming to here to New Mexico to have abortions, and this is what they did. They locked everybody up. They locked the people who drove them here. They locked the people who knew about them coming here. And listen, they offer, I think it was like $10,000 if you knew somebody was having an abortion and you knew, like, say, I knew Shelly was having an abortion, right? And I didn't tell nobody that Rob was going to take her. They locking us all up. But they will pay me if I tell they will pay me 10,000. I can't remember the dollar amount, so I don't want to lie about that. But whatever it was, they would pay me to tell that Rob took you to go get an abortion. So no, they doing it now. They definitely doing it.
So
They
you
fighting it for
saying it's
sure.
illegal to go to the
It is
next state over?
illegal. Yeah, you cannot go if you live in Texas and you are pregnant and you want to have an abortion and you want to go to any other of the surrounding states. Most of them are coming here because we're so close. And they had an abortion. They blocking the person who had the abortion, the person who drove them to New Mexico or any other state for that matter. And it was another state that did the same thing. I can't remember the other state. I want to say Arizona, but I don't think it was Arizona. So I'm in between two of these states that if we had one law, oh, we'd be screwed. I understand what you're talking about, though, right? I get it, but and this is one of the things I put on there about our legislators. Like, we vote for the president, the mayor, and all, and they good, whatever. But all them people that on the bottom of them tickets when we vote, that we don't know who they are, those are our legislators. And I'm gonna tell you why they don't want to be out there campaigning for real, because they know they would lose their job, because they'll change a law and not even tell you about it. Like, a lot of people that sitting up in jail in the law library are reading laws that are so far changed that it's crazy. It's crazy. So it behooves us to educate ourselves about the laws in whatever state we're going to. I'm not saying we're going to get it in all the states. That's not necessary, because all lawyers don't even know laws about all states. That's why they have law degrees in Delaware, Pennsylvania. That's why you have to be legally bound in each state, because it's something different. In law enforcement, the same thing. The laws are different. Here is an open carry state. right? You can carry a shotgun in every state, but you can't carry a handgun. Do not go in Jersey with hollow point bullets. I don't care who you are, because I'm telling you, a cop friend of mine from Philly got locked up for that same thing, just for having bullets. So you have to be careful and know what state you're coming in. People, when I traveled in my RV, I carried nothing, nothing, nothing but God. That's what I traveled with, because I ain't want to get in between one of those states and saying, oh, well, this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. You know,
Mm.
so, but it is up to us.
Wow.
First of all, we have to vote. That's the first thing. So we can't complain about nothing if we don't vote. I'm just saying, we can't. It's so many people who died for us to have this vote. And especially as women, shoot, we got
Mm-hmm.
it only just a few days ago that we got the daggone vote. So the fact that men can tell us what we can do with our bodies, and we need to be afraid of that in this new world order, because a lot of people believe like you, Robin. I get it. They have a good heart. Like, let it be across the board. But that's why we broke away from England. You know what I mean? For that same thing, because we wanted to be free. We wanted to say, okay, Pennsylvania wanted to say this, that, and other. Whether we agree with it or not, did we can move though. See, that's the difference between us and like Russia and all those kind of places that you can't do when it, no matter where you go, you're gonna be screwed if you do anything, if you spit on the sidewalk wrong. But here, I was like, I don't like these. I can go to New Mexico, or I can go to Virginia, or I can go to wherever I want to go where I feel like I'm comfortable.
That's
All the same and wouldn't
I
be.
don't know.
It,
I don't know.
it,
I just feel as though it would be a whole lot different. You know what I
it
mean?
would,
Some of these laws, and if we start being stricter on some of these laws, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you over in these different states and stuff like that, man, in different countries, you know, like stealing and all of this stuff, man, the crime rate is down so much because people are afraid. They are afraid. They are afraid to steal. You get your hand chopped off. You know what I mean? Like something like that, man. They need to do
I,
all
I,
of that over
but
here.
but
I
but
don't
Rob,
know,
but
I
Rob.
Rob,
do.
think
You
about
trying
it.
to go
I
strict
agree.
like
But
that?
I agree with all of it. You know what I mean? You want to sit up here and you want to take from some damn body, guess what? You get your damn hand chopped off. You go into jail. Oh well. So what?
yeah,
You
but
shouldn't do it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Just like the young man, right? It's like, if I'm pissed at you, and I could say, hey, well, Rob stole that piece of gum, and now you got to get your hand chopped off. So here
No,
we
but you
have,
gotta go.
but
They
listen,
don't
but
chop
here
your
we,
hand off right away. They don't chop your hand right away. If you're found guilty, then you're found
how
guilty.
many people sitting up in the penitentiary right now that's not guilty? How many?
There's a
Hey,
lot of them.
How
we
many? It's a
just went
lot.
to
That's what
the
I'm talking about.
we
That's
just
the
went
difference between
to that.
this country, unfortunately, and other. And it's not perfect, and it probably will never be perfect. But if we want to change something, then we got to get involved in it. You know what I mean? We have to get involved in knowing the law. I didn't. I'm gonna tell you when I got involved in the law. I'm gonna tell you when I got in law, and I don't like politics. I really don't. Is when I started working in the sheriff's office, and when I started really seeing the whole picture. Because the stuff I see on TV, I'm like, that's not true. It's not true. And especially if you live in the state of Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, because they like two different countries. I'm going to tell you, Philadelphia and every other county in Pennsylvania is like another country. They run totally different. So you don't even have to go to state. You can go right from one county to another. You look at Delaware County, Montgomery County is totally different. When I went to training and we went to Penn State Law School, that's where they sent us, to Penn State Law School for the first year, right, to teach us about the law. And they always say, I think it's 52 counties, I can't remember, 52 counties in the state of Pennsylvania. And they always talk about everybody but Philadelphia, everybody but Philadelphia, everybody but Philadelphia. Philadelphia is its own, I don't know, I can't even explain it to you. But what I do know is this. If we don't start looking at who we voting for real, everybody, not just the mayor, all them judges, them all them people, and not like Shelley said, we be doing because of popularity, because this person got money. Why do you think Trump ended up in office? Think about it. How you think he ended up in office? Now imagine him telling you everything that you had to do with Ron. That's what he wants. He wants to be one ruler. That's exactly what he wants. I get it. It's not perfect, but we got a whole bunch of other places we can go. And
Yeah,
it
but
always crazy to me that people trying to run here. I don't know why people trying to run here, but people trying to run here and we trying to go wherever they going. We all trying to get out. We all
We
trying
all
to get
trying to
out.
get out from where we at,
Everybody.
but thinking it's better, thinking the grass is greener in that next state. And really, we don't really know unless, and I'm sure whenever we move somewhere, we're not doing the research to see what the laws are, to see, we just like, oh, I heard Texas was good, or I heard this was good. I heard Arizona was good, so I'm gonna move over there because it's this. But we never did the law search. We never searched to see what their laws are, what you can do, and how you can do it. Is that what we're doing when we move to different states?
Well, I know
I
I
don't
did.
know.
I did. I mean, I only did it when I came to. I knew I was going to be somewhere in the Southwest, and I thought about. I knew I lived in Texas for a minute. I know I didn't want to be. I didn't want no parts of Texas, but I wasn't sure about Arizona. But I did. I started listening and doing some research about the whatever because it's cheaper. It would be cheaper for me to live in Arizona. It would be cheaper for me to live in Texas.
Really,
Oh yeah, but I don't like their politics at all. None, zip, zone, neither one of them at all.
Arizona either?
Or their heat. Yeah, Arizona is like Texas.
Mm.
Arizona is like Texas in Florida. No offense, Michelle, but Florida is another state I wouldn't want to move in because I don't like their politics. But I
But
And we
listen
never,
to
and
what
I
you
never even thought about it for them.
but listen to what y'all saying though. This listen to what y'all saying. This is the United States of America. This is the United States of America, the home of the land of free and all this other
and the
craziness.
freedom
Right?
is the freedom is this is the freedom though, Ralph. This
But
is the
this listen though. But listen to what you're saying though. You cannot go in certain states. You don't like certain states because they got this law, and you don't like this state because they got this going on. You don't like this state because they got that going on. What I'm saying, and I understand that we're going to agree to disagree, and if there was one law that goes across the United States, you know what I mean, at least that we'll know. Like, listen, we can't do
it
that.
is.
It's a lot of things that we know now, right now,
It
that
is.
listen, we can't do, and we adjust to it. We know we can't do certain things, and we adjust to it. Why is it? What I'm saying, if to make it the United States as one, because right now the United States is divided into each state. It's divided into each state, but it's one United States. You understand what I'm saying? If we had one law that said, listen, you can't do this, everybody knows you can't do this. But if you go to Texas, if we the way that it is right now, you're saying you don't want to go to Texas. I like Texas. I like Texas as a state. You know what I mean? I like, you know what I mean? I like the area. It's really beautiful. It's coming up and whatever the case may be. But what you don't want it because it's got certain rules. You don't want to go to Florida because they got certain rules. What I'm saying, if it was one rule and we all knew it, we all will adjust to that
Yeah, but
one rule instead of saying,
here's the thing.
No.
That's what gives me the freedom in the states is that I can choose to live. I didn't say I would never go to Texas or Arizona or Florida. I said I don't want to live
you
there.
say you don't
That's
want
what I
to
said.
live there.
I said I don't want to live there. Exactly, I don't. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go there to visit, but I sure don't want to live there. But that's not the only reasons I want to live in all these states and all them states too. They just too dang hot for me. That's the other part of them states. For me, it's too hot for me. But
I don't know.
but
Like I said, we agree to
We
disagree.
going
listen to what
definitely agree to disagree because
what
I
I'm
don't want
saying
the
though.
same.
But as a brown person, because I lived in Texas when I was in the military, right? And I lived in Texas as a brown woman, right? Way back when, and this was in the late '80s. I was there, so it wasn't like it was like recent. So I didn't know anything about their politics or whatever, but I know they were sexist as I don't know what. At that point, I was like, "There's no way in hell I could live here being a woman, and you treat me like it's 1950 or 1930 or something like that." So no, those are those reasons too, because of that and because of the job I had to do. I had to deal with those really racist type individuals. So no, I don't want to live in Texas. I've never lived in Arizona. I never lived in Florida, but I can say that type of politics. I don't want to be a part. I don't want to be a part of that.
And
I
the
don't want to
fact
be
Well,
a part of
you
that, and
is
I
know,
don't have
she
to
did the research. She did the
because
research to know
right.
exactly which one had which. Seeing it just go. I personally probably wouldn't have thought to do that. Now maybe, but I didn't have thought to do. Let's look at the laws. Let's see what it is. But she thought to do that, so she understands what each one their laws and what they're doing. So it's important for us all to know. I don't know what's going on in each state, but the thing is, I don't want that one across the board. Philly Joinpreneur said we be safe in Philly. I moved some years ago and I love it. Wait a minute. Y'all be safe in Philly. I moved some years ago and I love it. Love it. And I love it. Have a great day. Where'd you move to? I didn't know you moved. Look at that. I didn't even know you moved. Tell me where you moved to. I didn't know. You could tell me, you can text me and tell me where you moved. Spanish Beauty said, good morning, blessings on this beautiful Sunday. Yes, morning blessings to you on this beautiful Sunday. Mr. Make It Rain says, I'll tell people all the time about Philly. Good place to visit, bad place to live. Woo! And I've been saying this for years. Um, due
due
to
to
the
the
violence.
violence.
Due
Due
to
to
the
the violence,
violence.
but yeah, Philly is violence because that's what y'all see on TV. They only allowing y'all to see what they want you to see on TV. Philly is a great place, man. I love Philly, and you know what I mean. Like you know what I mean. Philly made me who I am. I mean, you can make it through Philly, you can make it anywhere. I truly believe that it's a rough city, but shit, Texas is Alabama, Chicago. You know what I mean? Chester. It's a lot of cities that's way worse than Philadelphia, and that but you don't see it because you're not in the news over there. And you know what I mean, you
Right.
being from here on this side, you only see what goes on. But trust and believe me, man. Listen,
What's going on there?
they only let us see. The news control they control. They really control our mind. They control everything. Like the social media control us. Everything is a controlling. It's controlling. They only want you to do and say and see what they want you to see. And this it's really controlling because
And that's the other way.
there are
You're right.
there
You're right.
are a lot of white neighborhoods that are bad,
Oh yeah.
y'all. There are a lot of things that goes on in white neighborhoods that we don't see and that they don't want us to see. There's things that's going on in different other neighborhoods, but you know what sells? Sell. You know what I
Right.
mean? Black
That's the
news sells.
thing.
Black
That's
news
the other
sells.
reason why
Like
people.
look at this girl that's on the news right now. Look at this girl beef or whatever, whatever that just did this stuff with the looting and all that stuff, right? She got locked up for having people go get, looting and all of that stuff, right? This is what she got locked up for. Donald Trump called a meeting in Washington, D.C. that had some police officer killed. They got killed
That's
and they rushed the White House. Did Donald Trump get locked up for
well.
that?
That's why
How
he's on
long
trial.
did it take?
That's why he's on
How,
trial now too, though, Rob. That is why he is on trial. But it took
he's on
because
trial for what?
he has
He's on
money
trial for what? He's on trial in Atlanta, in Georgia.
in New York, and listen, he's
He's
not
not. But
listen. And that trial
is he
is
on? No.
because
What?
he has.
No. What I'm saying? No. What I'm saying to you is,
I'm listening.
how did this young girl get locked up for having people loot? Nobody got hurt,
Oh, that's
but
conspiracy.
this man got somebody. Had a whole group of people storm the White House, and people got killed.
The Capitol, not the
Does
White
it?
House. It was the
Does it
Capitol.
say the Capitol? What Capitol? What White House? It's all the same. They all down in D.C. But what happened? Did he get locked up? No, no.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because again, listen, and this is the only reason why he's running for president right now, in my opinion, right? Is because he wants to be just what you're talking about. I want to be emperor of the United States. That's what he wants to be. So he would never go to jail. He's gonna pardon all them people that went to jail because of that. You know what I mean? He's in that process right now. Now, what way it works out, I don't know, because we do know money does talk. Money does talk. But I'm gonna say this: the little bit I know, and I don't know the whole thing because I just heard this from y'all, from what that young lady said, and knowing a little bit about the laws in Pennsylvania. Yeah, she should have got locked up, and I would have got locked up if I did the same thing. I'm just saying because I knew the laws in Pennsylvania. Just because I know the laws in Pennsylvania. So, and I do know most people. Like most people come in the courtroom, right? And they say, yeah, I saw this on Law and Order and this, that, the other. That ain't how that goes. When you sit up there, and half the time when people sitting in court, even the defendant, they don't have a clue when them lawyers start talking what they even talking about. They be like, oh, this sound
No,
good. And
yeah,
this is what I'm saying. This is
I
what I'm saying.
totally understand.
And it's a way that we can be educated in those court, because it doesn't, listen, the law is really simple. They try to make it complicated, but it really is simple. They use different words meaning the same thing as certain things. And once you get that, you'll get everything in the law. But we all have the right to call our legislators and say, hey, what does this mean? And what did you, how's this law working, or whatever. We have that right. And most of us don't. And they know that. This is like they say, listen, one of the things they said, if you don't want somebody breaking in your car, put a book in your car. Put a book in your car. People ain't breaking in your car. Put a Bible in your car. People not gonna break in your car. You know, because we think
Mr. Make It Rain
this
says that
this is
he's
what they wait. This is why it has erupted in so much more violence, because they need violence to sell, so they could say they got some superhero come and say, hey, I'm going to save the day, I'm going to stop all the violence, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. We hear that every election, no matter who's running. Democrat, Republican, the cat, the dog, or whoever. That's all you hear, because right before elections, you're gonna have a whole lot of violence, a whole lot of crime. That's why you have to just, if you just watch that algorithm, right, and pay attention to
Mm-hmm.
that, and then see how they, and then watch, like, wait a minute, what's your character, sir, for real, or ma'am? How are you going to stop the crime? How are you going to change? What are you going to bring in this blah blah blah? But no, we talking about, oh, they got this cute little catchy "Make America Great Again." You know what I mean? And we gonna all go for that. Oh, that sounds cool. Or we gonna vote for
Mr.
or we gonna vote for the black person or the brown person and not
Mr.
who they
Make
are.
Mr. Make It Rain says um, he's toured all over, and he said no place in the world is worse than living in Kensington and Allegheny. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Mr. Make It Rain. I never I never thought that I've seen a place that was worse than Kensington and Allegheny either until I went to Atlanta. They have a place in Atlanta where I don't know what kind of drugs they on. Yo, when I'm telling you, in Kensington and Allegheny, you see people that look like zombies. But if you ask me, ask Parker, and listen, I sold drugs. You know what I mean? I was one of them guys so I've seen what drug does do to people. I've seen it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This was years ago. I've seen it, and you know this place in Atlanta. It's over there by the stadium. It's just you know what I mean? And, it's this area over there. I have no idea exactly where it is, but I don't know what kind of drugs these people was on. When I mean, I have no, like, in Kensington and Allegheny, you see a lot of people on drugs, but I swear to you, everywhere we went to every store, even the people that was actually in the stores, they looked like they were on drugs. They looked like they was on something. So I don't agree. Kensington and Allegheny is getting a bad rap because, again, this is what they show us.
We putting it
This
on
little
YouTube.
city in
We doing all
this was
kind of
this little
stuff.
city in Atlanta. I never would have thought Atlanta like this. When I think of Atlanta, I think of all black people down there doing what they supposed to do. Everybody's down there together. Not that I'm oblivious of drugs and everything. I mean, it's drugs. It's going to be that. But I didn't think that this little place, this little 3 or 4 block radius was so bad on drugs. It was like, yo, like, I was scared. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest, like, yo, like, I was scared when one of the people was gonna come and poke me with a knee. It was so crazy, man. Like, and I had to get gas. I got gas at this gas station, and I was driving. Parker was like, yo, you would want to get gas in this one place. Like, you would want to get gas in this one place right here. You want to get gas right here. And it was like, yo,
Well, I
it
know
was
not to
some
ride
stuff
with
that I,
you, Rob. I know not.
huh?
I know not. I know not. I'm not getting in the car with you. I appreciate you, but I'm not.
Yo, listen, because you know what I mean. Listen, I'm from the hood, and I feel like, you know what I mean. Like, I'm
I'm
not
from the hood
afraid, but when
too,
I,
but I ain't getting in the car. Listen, I'm sorry. I
yeah,
know, because I'm old now. I want to live my the rest of my life in some kind of peace and whatever. Between you driving 200 miles an hour, zigzag, and I don't mind it. I don't mind the fast stuff, but the zigzagging stuff, that's the part right
I
there. I'm
got a
like, yeah, no,
fast, I got a fast car.
I understand it, but go straight fast. Don't do the zigging and zagging part. You know what I mean? But now you stopping in it. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'll take the bus. I know
He
how to take
says
that bus.
Atlanta is sweet. Atlanta is sweet. Yeah, I guess. We're gonna
Atlanta
beg.
is the new Hollywood and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what we gonna do? Uh, we gonna pray
we
for the
def-
we
Pray for the
we
state.
gonna
definitely
pray
gonna
for
pray.
every decision, the lawmakers, the voting. I pray when I go into the place to vote. I'm praying, like, I just trust God to help us out. I don't understand everything, and I don't know all the laws, and I sure don't know um all the people that we're voting for. We don't know their character. We
Right.
really, really don't.
Right.
Even when we look at their literature and everything like that, because we know that there's people who come behind them and put their literature together, because I've been on campaigns. So
Absolutely.
we don't know them necessarily, but we just have to pray that their character is good, and we're going to pray that we voting for the right people, and we're going to pray that protect us. God
For
protect
sure.
us. Protect us in our homes, protect us on the highways, protect us from it. And I pray for those, those are on drugs. We talk about the pigs today, drugs. I pray for them. because they
Yeah.
are human beings too.
Oh, absolutely.
Those people on drugs were one day they weren't like that.
They are kids.
One
Yep.
day
They are
they
kids.
woke when
They
they
are
came out the
brothers.
womb. When they
Exactly.
came out the womb, they weren't on drugs. There was that one moment, that one thing, that's something that happened to them, and they need prayer. And it became a sickness. It's a sickness because they don't have the power to get off of the drugs.
Exactly.
They don't have the power. They can't just say today I don't want to do it because the drug has gotten them and it's a power over them. So I pray for them. I pray for the Kensington people. I pray for the people that's in Atlanta. I pray for the people all over the world that there's Walking Dead all over the world.
Even
The Walking Dead. We talk about Kensington as the Walking Dead, but there's a Walking Dead section all over the world.
yeah,
So I pray for them. I
yeah, because
pray
we got one here in
for
this little town. We got one
yeah,
in this
yeah, you got
little
it in
town.
New Mexico. You
Yeah.
got it in every. So I'm praying for the people all over the world that are subject to this. And we can't say you should change today. It doesn't happen like that. For some, they could be delivered from drugs right away. For some, but that's not the norm. The norm is they are stuck in it, and until they have a moment, a moment of clarity or a moment of something that one day they say, "Let me go to this place and get help." And a lot of times they may go to a place and it may cost money for them to get in. They got to find the right place for them to get the help. And then they're like, what do I do next? There's so many parameters to this. So I pray for the people that are in the Walking Dead areas because it's all over the nation. The people are walking dead. Drugs has gotten up. There's not a person that we know that they don't have a family member that's not on drugs, that hasn't been on drugs or know somebody. In most families, we have somebody that's been on drugs.
Mm.
Naughty says, "May the Most High guide us all, raise us in His love and grace, and allow for our thoughts and action to reflect Him." Amen. Amen and amen.
Yes.
And it's the truth. It is
Yeah.
the truth for all of this.
Yes.
We may have opinions and
But
we
we
may
got to pray.
differ in opinions, but the one thing I don't differ on, and even though uh, Mr. Make It Rain, he's of the Islamic faith, and we could still agree because me and him, it's my buddy, my friend. We did events together and it turned out very well. So, but we're praying to our higher powers and we're believing that God can change a thing. He's going to change his situation. He's going to change the situation of everybody. But I just pray for protection over every single
And
person because we don't know.
even
We
real
don't
quick,
know.
even if he
Mm.
doesn't, even if he doesn't change the situation, he'll change us to make us go through the situation. That much I know in my experience. So he didn't change my situation, but he made like that mindset change. I had to change my mindset in order to go through half of what I had to go through. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all. To be honest, I would not be sitting here being able to talk to anybody if I didn't change my mind, even going through. Because God didn't always change the situation; He just changed me in the situation. If you understand what
I'm
I'm
going,
saying.
and that is the truth. God will change us in the situation. I'm not sure she's not here now, but I just want to shout her out. Tiffany Bacon popped in for a second. She popped on. She's not here now, but shout out to anybody remember.
Yeah, I
I know
remember
y'all know
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yeah, she
Tiffany
was the
Bacon.
news lady.
She had the whole revolutionary of the movement of the music. Oh my God, why can't I just the music? The neo soul
Right.
movement. Um, she had her radio show on Power 9. She's been on Power 99 on radio for years. She is that radio veteran now. She's at WURD as the program director. So shout out to she's
Okay.
not here right now, but I still want to shout out Tiffany Bacon. That's my girl. She is a powerhouse in this media world, and what she's done, her skills and everything has transcended time. So shout out to I love that neo soul movement. Remember when
Mm-hmm.
the neo soul movement was out? That was the Jill
Mm-hmm.
Scott era,
Yep.
the Music Soul Child era, the Kendrick, the Fam era. That was the India Irie era when we was at
All
the
my
five spot on
favorites.
And
the
five
five
spot.
spot downtown. Remember the five spot,
Of
y'all?
course.
Come on, man.
Of course.
That was the era, man. That era, man. You had uh uh and Marsha Ambrosius and the
Oh yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh, and
Yeah.
Flowetry.
Floated.
Flowetry was down there like that
Poetry.
movement,
Wow.
that time. Oh God,
Yeah.
That's still
that
my.
time was amazing.
I mean, listen. I remember the gallery when what's going on, man? How are you? I remember the gallery when they used to come in the gallery. I remember when Jill Scott and Marsha Ambrosius used to perform at my man. Y'all remember the gallery when the guy had the jewelry stand? He had a jewelry stand up by the escalators where you go up
Yeah, that's why I saw
by the
Stevie Wonder.
McDonald's and all that stuff is
Yeah, I
that.
saw
Mhm.
Stevie Wonder had his braids
So
in
he had
by
to
the
make he had
McDonald's.
the jewelry stand right there. That was my boy. That was one of my close friends. He lived me and him. We lived. He lived with me
He
when he
said
came
Bilal.
from DC.
His name is Bilal.
Yeah. So he yeah. So look right. He Jill Scott and they used to come there and they used to sing like it was yo. I remember those was the days, man.
Was
Yo. When I
it?
mean those yo, listen. It would and it's I can't say it will never be back that way, but kids, whoever's listening to this and watching this, man, we used to have some like Philly has gotten a
Amazing.
bad rap.
Um,
Philly has gotten a bad rap, man, but Philly has produced some amazing people, some
Mm-hmm.
amazing artists. There's a lot of things that come out of Philly. That's why I said like October 21st, man, I'm going back home. It's my homecoming for my stage play. I'm gonna tell y'all I'm
And I'm
gonna
coming
cry on the
home
stage.
too. I'm coming
I'm
home to
telling
Philly
y'all.
to see this
I'm
play.
telling y'all that I'm telling y'all that I'm gonna cry on stage because knowing where I came from and to be able to do what I'm about to do, put a play on in a city that it gets a bad rap. It has this whole aura of all this violence and all of the stuff that's going on. But I was able to become the person who I am, and I have a play, something that I dreamed about, and it's coming to fruition October the 21st. Like to be able to do that, you know what I mean, and do whatever. I like I said, I would never live in Philadelphia again, but I will always consider Philadelphia home. Always consider Philadelphia home, and then, you know what I mean. It's a place that I have no regrets. Everything that I've been through, I thank God for even for allowing me to go through it and come out of it. I will never have no regrets. Everything that I've done, I will have no regrets. You know what I mean, coming from Philly. So, but
Philly,
yeah,
Philly, where I am from.
Philly
Philly,
was amazing.
Philly.
I said, I
Yeah,
thought you
you
was
can
gonna
make it out.
say. I thought you were gonna say, Rob, that you were gonna cry because you were gonna lose the weight loss challenge thing. I thought that's why you was gonna be up on stage crying. But
No, I'm not.
because
I'm not.
10 and Team X is gonna be winning that $500. So, you know,
Facts,
Well,
facts. I'm sorry, Rob. You got to
well,
I,
come up
I'm
off
going
of
to
that
be.
bread.
I'm going to give the money today, so it's really not going to come
no,
off
no,
the
no, no,
You're
X.
no,
not
no.
giving the money today.
That
Oh
don't
yeah,
That's
that
not
don't work.
enough.
yes I
Mm-mm.
am.
No, that don't work. I'm gonna tell you
That don't work.
legally. I'm gonna tell you about the law. You want me to tell you about the law? That's all right. 10. We can go ahead and sue him if you do that.
I'm giving the money today. So you know what
Wait
I
a minute,
mean.
wait a minute.
So
Said, shout out to Eve. Mr. Maker Rain said, shout out to Eve, my homegirl and MLK High School alumni. That's right, that's right.
man,
Philly, Philly. PA.
he was my
All day.
second
Period.
girlfriend.
Mm.
You said what?
Eve was my second girlfriend.
Oh yeah. I
Mm,
forgot you said that. Yeah, Eve was that's my girl, Shelly Williams. She played Shelly Williams in her show. Eve,
yeah.
I said, yes, honey. She was playing Howard. She said, that's my girl, Shelly Williams.
She
You
knows
can't
Chef.
tell me that ain't fine. She wasn't paying homage to me saying I love you, girl. You can't tell me that.
Between that and Tisha Campbell, you did look like Tisha. I'm like, yeah, she do look like Tisha because I kept saying she looked like somebody. And to the other whoever said that the other day, I was like Tisha Campbell, but I think you look a little bit better than Tisha Campbell. Sorry, Tisha,
Thank
but
you.
whatever. But
I
yeah,
love
Stop it.
Tisha.
Stop
I
it.
love Tisha Campbell. I love Eve. But I'm saying she
Stop
paid
it.
homage Shelly Williams in it. He hating. Don't hate.
Stop
Don't
it.
hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. 100. All right, this is I'm hungry now, so I'm gonna he over here eating. I'm gonna go
I know, right?
get on off of here,
I'm going
get me
back.
something to eat. I might go back to sleep too, but I don't know. Probably not. I'm really hungry, so that's pretty much because I didn't eat much last night. I wanted some more food. I went home hungry. I was like, I want a little more food, but I'm just going to take it easy. But I'm hungry,
All right.
so I'm gonna go eat now. I'm
I
gonna
think I
go
had
eat.
food. I had
Well,
food
go eat
poisoning
your food.
last night. So
Go ahead, eat
go back to sleep.
and go eat. Go eat, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We had 205 days of prayer, guys. You're watching 205 days of prayer with Shelly Shell. You're on Stoop Talk. We got Cancer Slayer on here.
Don't be
But
like that, Cancer Slayer.
Where you
um,
at? Listen, I'm coming for the play and some plates. I'm traveling
Playing plate.
2,000 miles to
Sister,
come
playing
see.
plate.
I want some plates, y'all. So everybody who can cook, because I'm like Shelly, I don't cook, I can't cook. But they gave me food poisoning yesterday. That's why I can't eat this food. I'm
hey,
telling
Mr.
you, I
Make
can't.
It Rain, Mr. Make It Rain. This is every day, brother. So you're welcome. We appreciate it. It's a great conversation, and we don't always agree. You know what I mean? It's a conversation. We had 205 days of prayer. We appreciate you chiming in. Listen, if you want to come on and tell us what your story. I know you probably can't talk about it right now, man, but listen, I pray for you. I pray for your situation. I pray for you, my brother. I pray for you. And, you know what I mean? Great conversation. And, you know what I mean? Continue to keep on supporting. Continue to support. You know what I mean? We are 205 days of prayer, y'all. Man, it's amazing to be on this journey of seeking He, you know what I mean? And asking for clarity, accepting what God is showing us and making change in ourselves, man. Listen, I look at myself from the day that I came on here to the day to today, and I know that I have changed. I know that I look at myself totally different. I look at life. I look at the things that I've done totally different. So without this, you know what I mean? Who knows what I'll still be thinking about. It was just me, and it's not about me. So I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate this platform. 205 days. You know, I mean, don't forget, you guys. October the 21st, Are You Marriage Material? My stage play featuring Christopher Williams will be at Suzanne Roberts Theater. Get your tickets at www.robertjmooreent.com. That's robertjmooreent.com. Tickets are selling. The seat charts. I had somebody call me yesterday about tickets, and they went on and tried to order the seat, and they couldn't because somebody else bought it. So we have tickets that's out on the streets, y'all. All of the cast member has tickets, y'all. So I would, me personally, if I was you, I would go online and get the ticket, because once you get it online, that's your ticket, that's your seat. But if somebody else has a seat, they buy a ticket. I don't want y'all to be fighting over no tickets. I'll be behind stage, so I ain't gonna know nothing what's going on. So you can't call me. I have no idea. Talk to Shell. Shell will be out there. Shell,
He
you
said
know what
you
I
gonna
mean?
put Shelly.
Shell will be hosting.
See,
She'll be
that's what's
hosting.
up. That's
Her
right.
and Pretty Girl Day, they'll be hosting. So yeah, it's gonna be a great event, man. We 205 days of prayer. I appreciate you guys. Shelly, appreciate you guys. We don't appreciate Cancer Slayer, but Shell, take us out.
But wait, real quick.
We
Rob, though,
appreciate Cancer Slayer.
call me.
Cancer Slayer.
I was gonna
Huh?
say, Rob, call me tomorrow. But anyway, when you get a minute,
Cancer Slayer RV
stay fresh
has
and
been
fit.
here since
Day
day
one.
one.
Hey,
Day
hey,
one.
yo, listen, shout out to Matt. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Matt. Matt, my boy. Shout out to Matt, man.
Yeah, shout out
Rest
to
and
man. He
enjoy.
about to be in a whole
Are
movie.
you talking about Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr.
Yeah,
Maker
yeah.
Rain,
Yeah.
you say, Shelly, it's on you. No, this all all God. I promise you, it's all God. You may see our faces, and I say this very, very true. You may see my face, or you may see Rob's face, you may see Cancer Slaying RV's face, you may see our faces, but it's all God. Everything about this is God. Only God. I promise you. I would have given up at day 30 when I was ready to stop. I would have given up at day 30 when I was ready to stop. But only God. You see our faces, but really understand is God gets the glory out of all of this. I will never take the credit for God's glory. I would never take the credit. The change, the change you see in all of us is a change because God is doing it, not us. We're just the vessels that God uses. This is the platform that God provided, but it's all God. He said, go out into the world and make you be fishers of men. That was our mandate. Go out into the world and be fishers of men. And if he said, go ahead and do it on Instagram for 205 days, that's all God. I take no credit. And I'm watching God do whatever he does. And I'm going to be obedient by showing up until the day he says it's okay. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to stop right now. I'm pretty sure God is going to keep on going, and it's just going to continue to bless the souls of people. So it's not us, it's God. To God be the glory. And Matthew said, love y'all. We love you.
Love you,
Prayer family,
Matthew.
activate. Boop.
Actually, I know. The fact that I
You
get
said what?
up at 6 o'clock every morning. The only time I got up this early to do something this consistent was somebody was paying me. So, but I am getting
Thanks.
paid. I am getting paid because the Lord is paying
I
me,
believe
blessing
that
me with seriously, I thought
financially.
about it the other day. I'm like, wait a minute.
To
Who getting up this early for what? To do what? And I'm not getting,
what?
yeah, every
He
morning.
said, Mr. Making Rain said, God is the greatest. Yes, he is. God is the greatest. He is the
Absolutely.
greatest. And you know what, though? You're right. But I believe financially, even when it comes to finances, when I felt it in my belly the other day that God is going to, Vaughn says, good morning. Good morning, Vaughn.
Good
What I
morning, Vaughn.
believe that God is going to open up the windows of heaven and pour out blessings that we won't have room enough to receive. I truly believe it. We sow our time, right? You reap what you sow, and we've
Mm-hmm.
been sowing our time, and God is going to replace it with an abundance of life, and I believe it 100%. And I'm not saying it's right happening right this second, because right this second it's been some turbulence. Of course, I just lost a client,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some turbulence happening, but in it, I ain't never lost faith. Never. So God is going to replace that which the locust stole. He's
Exactly.
going to replace it and give it in abundance. So everyone is going to see the fruits of being able to sow. They've been sowing. We've been sowing for 205 days, and it's not us. And yes, it might be some more trials, but in it, he is growing us to the next level, and I
Exactly.
trust him
Exactly.
completely. I
Me
trust
too.
God. It's hard. Some days it's hard,
Me too.
but I trust him completely, right? As Rob eats those
I know,
peanuts,
right?
and I'm sitting here hungry, and I'm like, yes, but it's okay. I
Mm.
trust God completely. So y'all, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and as go ahead, Chris, aka Cancer Lane,
Stay
stay
fresh and fruity.
stay
Put
fresh
your
and fruity.
X's up. Put your X's up.
Put your X's
Put your
up.
X's
Get off. Get
up.
her off.
Ten
Get her
ten.
off.
And the
Get her
winner
off.
is 10-10.
The winner
X
is
I
her
love
out.
you,
10.
Rob.
X her
I love
out. Get her
you,
off.
Rob.
Hey, y'all, we
I love
appreciate
y'all. See
you
y'all
guys.
tomorrow.
It's the
Absolutely.
205 days of prayer, you guys. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Continue to keep on praying for us. Pray for my family. Continue to keep on praying for us, y'all. We appreciate it. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes, and Mr. Mercury said all praise is due to the Lord Most High. Absolutely, to the Most High. So peace out, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow for 206 days of prayer. Peace.
Peace.